Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. And welcome back, No Contact Army. Have you been a good little soldier or a bad little soldier? And if you too would like to enlist in the No Contact Army, it's very easy. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button and the bell notification, and you're in. And to read the No Contact Army manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com, where you can read 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. This week, I want to talk about why your ex is not attracted to you. And it all comes down to one little 7-letter word, which is also a song and is also now a movie. And that word would be RESPECT. Tell me what it means to me. Respect. You cannot have love without respect. As my friend, author of Love Tactics, who I interviewed twice, and I'll put the link above, says, if you let them disrespect you, you can kiss your love life goodbye. The only reason anyone ever breaks up with anyone is loss of attraction. Their interest level went below 50. Yes, that's not what your ex said. They gave you various reasons, but it's all based on interest level and attraction. Because if their interest level was 90, 80, 70, anything below 50, they're not going to break up with you. And attraction is very much tied into respect. You cannot have someone like you if they don't respect you. You cannot have someone love you if they don't respect you. So I want to read 2 comments which actually caused me to want to talk about this week and show you the mistakes that these guys made in the relationship and afterwards. And then we'll talk about what you need to do in no contact to make sure that you have their respect so that you can then have their interest and reattract them again. So the first one says, she did a fake breakup with me and then she told me she missed me within only 3 days. Then he goes on to say, a week later we got together. So he didn't say whether he responded to the I miss you text from her, but I'm willing to bet he did, and he should not have done that. That was clearly a fake breakup if someone breaks up with you and then 3 days later they say, I miss you. You don't jump in with, I miss you too, or, oh, really? No. You broke up with me. Now you're going to have to pay the price, suffer the consequences of that breakup. You don't get to break up with me and then 3 days later say, I miss you, because you teach people how to treat you. And you can't just tell someone, listen, don't ever do a fake breakup again. Because if they haven't paid the price of having done a fake breakup, they're going to do it again. And taking them back too soon means they didn't pay a price. Because he says, after a week we got together, she wanted only to spend 1 night with me to have sex. She was bitchy and bossy even during sex. Okay, so if she was bitchy and bossy during sex, I'm pretty sure she was bitchy and bossy the rest of the time when they weren't having sex. And that's because he allowed it. Because if she had been with someone who didn't allow that, she would never have done that. People behave differently with different people. So don't think, oh, well, this person is this, they're terrible, they're this, they're that. Well, maybe with you, but not with the next person, and maybe not with the previous person. We teach people how to treat us. And then he says the next day she became a stranger. So it doesn't say there were any consequences, again, for her actions, for her being bitchy and bossy. He should have said right then and there, hey, if this is going to be your attitude, I'm leaving. And then, probably because she's used to bossing him around, she would have gotten mad, and he should have at that point just walked out. But he probably just put up with it. So when you just put up with things, people lose respect for you, and they know they can boss you around and they lose attraction and interest. In fact, then he says the next day she became a stranger. We were at a party. I asked to walk her home. She refused and broke up with me then. So she did the fake breakup. You easily took her back. You let her be bossy and bitchy. And did that get you anywhere? No. Because then she broke up with you again. And now she's angry at me for not talking to her. The nerve, right? Before finding out all this no contact stuff, we were still messaging. She sent me nostalgic photos. Finally, I asked her to catch up. She gave me the I'll let you know and canceled my request and said, never mind. I'm so stupid. Why did I ask her? Because you're being a beta. And that's why. And that's why she's bitchy, because women want you to man up. And when you don't, they get angry. They know they can boss you around. Because if she had been with an alpha, she would not have been that way. Because an alpha would not put up with that for 1 second. And the problem with this guy, and the next example I'm going to give, is that you are placing the relationship above self-respect. Instead of wanting to be respected, you want the person to like you or to love you. But it never works out in the end, because if they don't respect you, they're not going to love you. Remember what I said at the beginning of this. If you let them disrespect you, you can kiss your love life goodbye. You have to put being respected above all else. Don't worry about, oh, he won't like me if I do this. She won't love me if I do that. It doesn't matter. First, you need their respect. Without their respect, you're not going to get their like or their love. So stop trying to get people to like you and get people first to respect you. Now, for the next example, he says, I met a woman in August. 2 weeks later, she dumped me to go to Paris with a new guy for 3 weeks. Then she wanted to get back together, and I thought I'd give her a second chance, since I'd only known her for 2 weeks before she left for Paris. I understand. You only dated for 2 weeks, so the fact that you were kind of second choice here because she took off to Paris with some other guy, it's like, okay, fine. Maybe she made a mistake. So he goes on to say, her recent second ex-husband married an airline stewardess 4 months after we met. That must have motivated her to ask me to move in with her. And so I asked him how soon after they met did he move in with her. Yeah, so this was 4 months afterwards. Way too soon to be moving in. However, he said that she said that he either moves in with her or they break up. And unfortunately, he went along with it and moved in. The response to that ultimatum, either move in with me or we break up, should have been, nice knowing you. Because I'm willing to bet that she was bluffing. Okay? And you need to call people's bluff. They are often bluffing. And also, if you're going to be in the no contact army, we do not entertain ultimatums. If someone says, move in with me or we break up, you say goodbye. We're not going to break up under threat, or we're not going to move in under threat of being broken up with, because you're letting them disrespect you. You're letting them push you around. It's not going to lead to anything good, as you are going to hear next. He goes, we were living together for 8 months when she dumped me for a guy she met while at a music festival she attended with me. And a week later, she told him to get an STD test. Also, one more thing I want to add. Her friends went out of their way to warn me. He ignored it. And once during a dance lesson, she slapped me for missing a step. Again, you let her disrespect you, because he didn't say he broke up with her right then and there. He didn't say what he did. I bet you he did nothing. I bet you he did nothing. We do not let people physically abuse us. He should have just either ended the relationship right then and there and said, I'm done, it's over, and walked off the dance floor, or depending on your personality, he could have embarrassed her. Since I'm sure there were other people there, he could have just started speaking very loudly and said, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're going to slap me because I missed a step? What is wrong with you? What is the matter with you?" And embarrassed her and shamed her in public, and then broken up with her. But instead, he did nothing, and what happened? She ended up breaking up with him and telling him to get an STD test. So as you can see, when you let people disrespect you, it never leads to anything good. They don't stick around. You're letting them disrespect you. You're disrespecting yourself. You're not enforcing your boundaries because you're placing the relationship above being respected. And you're going to get broken up with. And then you're going to be mad at yourself for all the things that you let slide in the hopes of keeping the relationship together. So once you've been broken up with, if you weren't able to get the respect, to command the respect that you should have during the relationship, you definitely need to do it afterwards if you want to have any hope of getting them back together, especially if you were needy. And that's why no contact is such a wonderful thing, because they respect the fact that you're leaving them alone. And you're also protecting your dignity because you're not doing anything crazy, right? If you're not contacting them, then you can't be crazy. And also that's why I say just chill for the first few months with the blocking and the unblocking, because you can't respect someone that can't make up their mind. It's like, make up your mind. Do you want to block me or do you want to unblock me? All the videos that I've discussed what to do after the breakup about not responding to breadcrumbs is about self-respect. You have to put self-respect above anything else, above having a relationship. Instead of worrying about losing the relationship, you should worry about losing yourself, because ultimately you're the one who has to live with yourself forever. And you don't want to look back and have to be kicking yourself because you abandoned yourself, you didn't respect yourself, you loosened your boundaries, and you got nothing in the end. Okay, so I hope I've made my point clear about RESPECT. So comment below about ways that you've let your ex disrespect you, either during the relationship or after the relationship, and how you're going to handle things in the future when those things come up again, either with your ex or with someone else. And in the meantime, if you would like my help to get your ex back, you can contact me at theartoflove.net and we will send you the rates. If you are watching on YouTube, remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you're listening to this as a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.